What's going on, everyone? So the Los Angeles Lakers have a very important day. They need to get a win. The Golden State Warriors ended up losing to the San Antonio Spurs. Obviously, the Warriors were without Steph Curry, but the Spurs were without Victor Wembanyama, and that was very impressive. But also, the Phoenix Suns took an L to the Boston Celtics. We desperately need to get this win. Dallas, unfortunately, got a win, but if the Lakers get the win, now you're a game and a half ahead of the Golden State Warriors, which is huge, especially with Steph very likely to miss a couple games still. And then that would put you basically 2 games back of the Dallas Mavericks, and then like 2.5 games back of the Phoenix Suns. So Lakers, you go out, you get this win, you're in great shape. You're playing the Minnesota Timberwolves, right? Minnesota does not have Karl Anthony Towns. It's another thing that is in the Lakers' favor. Obviously, Minnesota is still a very good team. They have lots of experience without Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, last year, Karl Anthony Towns only played like 29 games. So they can still absolutely beat the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers don't do their job. They still have a guy in Anthony Edwards who can go off, and he can go drop 40 if need be. They have McDaniels. They have a lot of key pieces. But you got to get this done. You're in LA. It's a very important game. The previous 2 games were very close. One of those was without LeBron James. We got to stop trading wins here. It's a real problem the Lakers have had. They had a great February, going 9-3 in the month of February. But to start March, it's a loss to the Nuggets, a win to the Thunder, a loss to the Kings, which still is infuriating. But you bounce back and you got the win against the Bucks. That's great. Now you got the Timberwolves, you got the Kings, you got the Warriors. Those 3 games, in my opinion, the Lakers got to win those games, right? Like, you got to find a way to beat Sacramento. You got to beat the Warriors, especially if they don't have Steph. It's inexcusable for you to lose to the Warriors. And the Timberwolves, you got to start rattling off a couple games here. Start rattling off a couple wins. The Lakers are real. I mean, the league itself is doing everything it can for the Lakers to try to squeeze in to not the 9th or 10th seed. And I'm not talking about the league like rigging things or anything, but I'm talking about Minnesota ends up getting hurt, or they have key players that could be out. Steph ends up going down, which helps the Lakers, right? Because that's a team that's trying to climb and catch them. Teams continuously losing, but the Lakers can't seem to rattle off a couple wins. I mean, how many bailouts can the Lakers get? It's like the league is trying everything it can. Steph being out for the Warriors is a huge blow for the Warriors. They have an incredible easy schedule, but, them losing to San Antonio, if they had Steph Curry, they probably don't lose that game. But Steph is out, so the Lakers are able to capitalize. Now, obviously, I'm not one of those people that are, cheering for injuries or anything like that, but it is a natural course of the game, right? It is something that just happens amongst the game. I mean, the Lakers were just without LeBron James, and we'll see what happens with LeBron and AD. Time of recording this video, no updates yet. I imagine that they play, and we need them to play because we need to get these wins. We need to start rattling off these wins. And again, I want, if I had my way, every player in the league, you would turn off injury settings and everyone would be healthy and play the whole league. But this is part of the game, right? Guys get hurt. It's who can weather that. And Steph being out is a benefit for the Lakers, right? The Phoenix Suns having, injury issues and having the toughest schedule in the league is a benefit for the Lakers, right? All of these things, like Devin Booker has been dealing with knick-knack injuries all season. Bradley Beal's played like half the games this year. You need to capitalize on these moments. You need to capitalize on these teams losing, and you have to win. You have to at least do your part, right? If you do your part and, the cards just kind of fall and it doesn't work out, well, then at least you did your part. Problem is the Lakers, if they did their part from the beginning, might not be in this position. But nonetheless, right, it's never too late to correct itself, especially to get into the postseason or the play-in tournament, right? You need to kind of build that momentum. You need to kind of put yourself in a position to kind of ride that wave. And like you saw it last year, Lakers built this momentum, got into the playoffs. All of a sudden, they're in the conference finals, right? That's what we need to see here with the Lakers, right? The Phoenix Suns without Devin Booker is huge for the Lakers. The Minnesota Timberwolves, you're playing them. Not having Karl Anthony Towns is huge for the Lakers. The Warriors not having Steph Curry is huge for the Lakers. All of these things, all signs point to this being huge for the Lakers. But the Lakers have to do their part now. Got to start creating that separation against Golden State and pull, if you can pull 2-3 games ahead of Golden State, because Steph misses 2, 3, 4 games and they lose those games, which very well could happen. Now you have that created separation, right? Dallas, they're on a 2-game win streak, but they've had their struggles. A lot of it has just been Luka putting up insane stats and breaking records. But if they go on any type of skid, the Lakers are like one extended win streak and like one of these like 5 teams having an extended losing streak. If the Pelicans, the Kings, the Suns, the Mavs, I guess you could add the Warriors to the mix, but we're ahead of them. So it's kind of just like the Mavs, the Suns, the Kings, and the Pelicans, right? Those 4 teams, really. If one of those 4 teams just have an extended skid where they lose 3, 4, 5 games in a row, and the Lakers can rattle off 3, 4, 5 games in a row, all of a sudden the Lakers are the 6th seed, and we're sitting pretty and we're living our best life, right? And we're all excited heading into the postseason, whoever we play. Now, obviously, if we end up having to play Denver, we might not be that excited, but still, like, I would rather have the puncher's chance than not at all. And so, again, you get through this 3-game stretch with the Timberwolves, the Kings, and the Warriors. All of a sudden, the schedule gets really easy. Not really easy, but it eases up. You have, after the Warriors game, you got the Hawks, the Sixers, and the Pacers all at home. Hawks, you should be able to beat. We'll see what happens with Trae Young. He very likely could still be out. The Sixers, they may be without Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. And then the Pacers, right? Like the Pacers, they just lost Mathurin, which, he's not like, they're like a huge piece, right? But he is a big piece, right? He is one of their guys that it plays a big role and can be a big scorer. What I mean is he's not like a Tyrese Halliburton, a Miles Turner, or a Pascal Siakam or anything like that, but he is probably their 4th best player, 3rd best player. So that's, again, huge for the Lakers, and you're at home. Then you play the Bucks. That's going to be tough on the road. But then it's the Grizzlies, the Pacers again, the Brooklyn Nets, and then you close out April against the Raptors, who that should be a winnable game. The Wizards, that should be a winnable game. The Cavs, that might be a hard-fought game. Wolves might be a hard-fought game. That Warriors might be a hard-fought game. Grizzlies, and then the Pelicans, right? And if the Pelicans have the 5th seed locked up, they might just say, like, hey, let's rest everybody, right? So the Lakers have a very favorable approach ahead. You start rattling off some wins, and you start with the Timberwolves. Now you're on a 2-game win streak. Lakers could be in really good shape. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Think the Lakers get the W tonight? Do you have concerns that they don't? Do you hope LeBron and AD play? Agree with my points? Disagree with my points? We just really, it's all or nothing now. At this point, we're at the home stretch here, right? You beat the Timberwolves, you beat the Kings, you beat the Warriors, you beat the Hawks. I mean, realistically, if they can beat the Timberwolves and the Kings, I wouldn't be shocked if they win outright till the Bucks game. Seriously, because you beat the Timberwolves and the Kings, you may end up playing the Warriors without Steph. Even if you do play the Warriors with Steph, it's a team that you can beat. Then you got the Hawks, the Sixers, the Pacers, right? I mean, seriously, the Lakers could easily go on a 7-game win streak and be maybe even at that point in position for the 5th seed. Now, I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves here because they haven't done that yet, but it's never too late, right? Again, one extended win streak, and all of a sudden, everything's changed. All of a sudden, the conversation, the narratives change. February was a great month. They could finish March the way that they completed February. That would be huge for the Lakers, right? You still have a lot of games left. Like I said, you get a 7-game win streak going into that Bucks game, and you still have 4 more games left, right? Let's say you drop the Bucks, bounce back and beat the Grizzlies, the Pacers, and the Nets. I mean, all of a sudden you've won 10 out of your last 11. You don't think that that's going to have some significance in the standings? Of course it will, right? Because again, you got several teams with key injuries. Dallas has had their struggles. The Phoenix Suns have the toughest schedule, right? Sacramento has not been the best team this season, right? Pelicans every year kind of have that moment where they kind of sink. What ends up happening? But again, how do you feel? What your thoughts are? I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.